Sweety Pie and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is the first time that you're meeting me. Hi, my name's Melissa, aka Sweety Pie on this channel. We're doing the big one. This is the best makeup of 2018. These are products that I tried in 2018. These are products that I loved in 2018. Some of these products weren't made in 2018. They're just products I freaking loved in this year. So if you guys are interested, make sure that you stay tuned, subscribe to my channel. 2019, we really want to get up to, like, let's say 1,000 subscribers. Could we do that? Do you think we could do that? Maybe we can't. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's get into this because I guarantee you this is going to be a 40-minute video, if not longer. Look at the time. How long is it? Anyway, guys, let's get into this video so that I can ramble, or try not to ramble. I don't know. Alright guys, so we're literally going to go category by category, and the first thing I want to talk about is tools and just, you know, like, skincare for before your makeup. The first thing I want to talk about is this Sephora brush set. This is the Sephora, goodness, I cannot exactly remember. I'll put the name right here, but it was their Sephora brush set. I did a review on it. I will put as many videos as I possibly can linked down below and up in the cards to videos, because a lot of these products I've done videos on. But this brush set is was pretty much my first high-end brush set, and I bought it about a month ago, maybe two. These are some of the best brushes I've used. The face brushes are awesome. Even the eye brushes are pretty darn good, but the face brushes really do take the cake. If you are looking for a cheap high-end brush set, Sephora brushes, not the actual brushes themselves because they can be very expensive, but this brush set, I think it had 10 brushes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I may be missing a couple. But anyway, it came with, I think, 10 brushes, and they're all beautiful. They have not shed, they have not done anything on me, and it was less than $100 for the entire kit, as well as you get a Sephora brush roll if you're into that. So the next couple things are some tools. My tool for putting my makeup or my foundation on is definitely the Swissfur sponges. These are excellent. They last forever. They are soft and, you know, put the foundation on so nicely. I've been loving them. I will show you a picture of what the packaging looks like. So that is what they look like. They are much cheaper than a beauty blender. I think they're even cheaper than the Real Techniques ones. I found them off of Emily Noel, and then I continued to look for them, and I actually found sets in my Dollarama, which I was so excited about. I bought like 4 sets when they were in the Dollarama, and they have like normal beauty blender ones. They have like this kind of odd shaped one that I don't like as much, but like these black ones are right up my alley. So squishy, they absorb water really well. Great sponge. The next thing I wanted to talk about was a couple skincare products. I only have a couple because skincare is so hard for me that I very rarely recommend anything, but these two things I have been really loving for 2018. This is the Murad Acne Control Outsmart Acne Clarifying Treatment. This has been really good for me. I am almost done, and I'm wondering, I want to do a little bit of time without it just to make sure that it's doing what, you know, if it's not just me taking care of my skin, or if it's really this product that's doing it for me. I think you can get used to skincare, and I am wearing a shirt. But yeah, I think you can get used to skincare. This has salicylic acid in it, and yeah, I've really liked it. I have really acne prone skin, especially under my jawline, so I felt very good about this. Now this is the Garnier Skin Active Moisture Rescue Refreshing Gel Mask for dry skin. I love this moisturizer. This is my 3rd tub of this moisturizer. If you watch my empties, you'll know that I do use this quite a lot. This is identical to the gel cream. Goodness, I'll put a picture of it because I can't remember exactly what brand it's from. It's exactly like that. I got a sample of it, and then I tried this one, and I was like, you're exactly the same. Oh, Tatcha. It's the Tatcha water cream. I want to tweet Raw Beauty Christie, because I think she would love this as well. So those are the two skincare items. There's one other kind of tool that I wanted to talk about, and I wasn't sure if it was something that a lot of people did. The best thing that you can do for yourself and, you know, to make things easier on you when you're doing your makeup, especially if you're like a super makeup junkie like I am, is keep a spray bottle of water with you in your everyday makeup. What this will help you with is if you want to spray your beauty blender, bam, the water's here. If you want to spray a brush for shadow, bam, it's there. If you want to wet a tissue so, you know, you've got foundation on your hands or something, there it is. There are so many good uses for something like this, and I think that a lot of people overlook this kind of a thing when they're talking about makeup. This has been a lifesaver for me, so I don't have to get up and wet my beauty blender, especially because you do not want to use a dry beauty blender, Real Technique sponge, whatever kind of sponge you use for your makeup. You want to use it wet. So that's a really good thing. I think that everybody should keep some water in a spray bottle near them when they're doing their makeup. Next, we're going to actually go into products. So I've got a couple setting mists that I wanted to talk about. You know, I've bought quite a few that I've liked this year. These two are just the two that I wanted to mention. Again, same thing as the water. This, although it may be silly, this is the Evian Hydrating Moisture Refreshing Tones. I love this for wetting my brush. It has a and I've had this for like 6 months now. It has a very fine mist, unlike most of the spray bottles you get. This one has a very fine mist, and this is awesome for using on your brushes for shadows. Also, I have used it a few times when it was really hot in the summer. It's not hot now, but in the summer when it was really hot, this is actually a really good refresher. If you can get it on sale, go ahead. If you have to pay full price, don't even worry about it. Just get your spray bottle. Another one that I've absolutely loved this year is the Pixi Skin Treats Hydrating Milky Mist. I've just got into Pixi this year. I didn't know anywhere I could get it before, and then my Shoppers Drug Mart started selling it, so I have been kind of dabbling in it, and this is gorgeous. The mister on it is phenomenal, very light and like fluffy, doesn't create too much dewiness on the skin, and I'm pretty sure this is quite good for your skin. It says it has hyaluronic acid and black oat in it. So yeah, youth preserving mist. I really enjoyed it. I think that if you're looking for a setting mist that's going to like not lock in your makeup, because if you're looking for one like that, I strongly suggest like the Cover FX one, the high performance. That's really good. Just the mister on it, I have to get used to. But if you're looking for one to just, you know, make your face look less matte, you know, really skin-like, that one is absolutely awesome. Although I do think $20 in Canadian, I think $20 is a little high up there for drugstore. So is NYX, so I can't complain. Now, next I'm going to talk about foundations, and I seriously think there was only, yes, there's been 2 foundations, one really, but I added another one about 8 months into the year that I thought was phenomenal, and we'll talk about that after. This one, although, is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I love it. It's full coverage. It doesn't last like 12 hours on your face, but I'm never wearing makeup for 12 hours. I'm just not that type of woman, and I think that the coverage of this is phenomenal. I've had this the full year long, and you know, it really actually has quite a lot left. And I was really surprised about that because I've worn this a lot. It's amazing for filming. It's amazing for going out to dinner. I wore it to my husband's Christmas party. Beautiful. You do have to powder it, and I have found that if you powder it, you know, with one of the powders that I have in my favorites, as well as set it with the Cover FX setting spray, it can last quite a long time. Now, another foundation that I don't even know if you could call it a foundation, but it is the Dermacol. This is their Film Studio Makeup Cover. I have mine in, gosh, is it on here? I have mine in one of the lightest shades, and I wish I had got it in a little bit darker, but they had this, and I didn't actually purchase it online. I purchased it at a store called Showcase that is in my area, and they sell Morphe, they sell, you know, lots of different types of brands that you find on the internet. I happened to get like a swatch of this. They had a few samples, and I was like, wow, everyone's right. This covers absolutely everything. So if you really need something full coverage, I don't think this is probably good for your skin every day. I think this would clog your pores like crazy. But if you're looking for something that covers, that just covers your acne or whatever you've got going on, buy some Dermacol. You will not regret it. I really don't think you will regret it. All right, so we're going into concealers now, and I just thought I forgot primers. So let's go back a bit and we'll look at primers, because I do have a few of them that I'm just like looking at in this box of wonders. The first one is a illuminator that I will mix with my foundations. This is the Perfect Gleam from Annabelle. This one is in Aurora. It is a dropper, of course, because why not? And I've actually found I've used it so much that the dropper doesn't even pick up product anymore, but I usually mix this in with my foundation and it just creates a very dewy, pretty glow to the face. I think it's gorgeous. Again, Annabelle I think might be a Canadian brand. I'm not quite sure, but yes, this is their custom highlight drops, Perfect Gleam in Aurora. The next two primers, one is drugstore and one is high-end. I've had about 4, and I know I have another one on the way to me from Sephora as a deluxe size sample, but I've gone through so many of these, I need to buy the full size. This is the Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothing Primer Priming Moisturizer. Safe for sensitive skin, apply evenly over clean face. It's just everything. It goes with every single foundation. Even if the foundation is a dewy one, I find that it still clings to my face and looks beautiful. It fills in, like, you know, somewhat pores. It feels moisturizing to the skin. It literally feels like I'm putting a barrier over my face so that the foundation can't like sink into my skin and like, you know, clog my pores and all that good stuff. But yeah, I do need to buy the full size, but I do really enjoy this. And the drugstore version, which I think is actually quite similar to this, except this does a little bit of color correcting. This is the Insta CC from Rimmel. It's their color correcting in neutralizing redness green. And this is pretty similar to the consistency of the, well, maybe a little bit less runny. As you can see, that little dot right there, and this does have some neutralizing properties to it. It's also extremely moisturizing, and you know, like, it doesn't have a ton of like a dimethicone feel, although I'm sure it does have, yes, it does have dimethicone in it, and I'm sure that the coconut one does as well. Oh, look at that. I don't think it is. That is really awesome if it doesn't have any. I don't see any dimethicone in this. I'm going to buy the full size of this for sure. But I also do really love this one. If you don't like dimethicone, well, them's the breaks. But this does have some color correcting to it. I really love it underneath the foundation, and I think it does do something for the redness of my skin when I have a lot of acne, especially on my cheeks. Alright, so now we can go into concealers, and I'm just looking around for my other concealer. Oh, here we are. So I have two concealers. One is more of an acne concealer, and the other one is, of course, a Die Hard that I think I even had win last year. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Breakouts. Now, when I first got this, I imploded because I hated it so much. I thought, this does nothing for my skin, this does nothing in coverage. It says it's a full coverage product right on the concealer. But the more I used it and the more I figured it out, the better the experience got. What I actually do with this is I will dot it on the skin where I have breakouts, and then I will leave it there for a good minute. It gets a little bit tacky, and then the coverage improves. Not only that, I feel like because this is a treatment with salicylic acid, I feel like I'm literally, again, putting a barrier between the foundation and that inflamed part of my skin. So in turn, this has actually become a product that I have loved. I'm sorry, IT Cosmetics. I am trying to redeem myself. I love this product. So yeah, not a ton of shades, although I did find one that worked for me. So yeah, anyway. Oh, and mine is in light. So yeah, and it ain't that light. Anyway, my concealer, under eye concealer of choice is always the Boing Concealer. They rebranded this year and called it the Boing Brightening Concealer. I still love it. I have the one in #1 now, which I do like a lot more. This came in like a big sample pack that had all of their concealers because I was like, I want the Boing Concealer. I don't know why. Like if there's a set with a product that I want in it in a smaller size, I will normally go for that set instead of getting the full size, just because I feel like products go bad so quickly in my collection because I have so many of them. I will always go for a mini set, always. Anyway, those are my two concealers, and yeah, I guess we're gonna go into powders now. I'm really running through this. I'm having some fun here. I hope you guys are too. So I have a few powders. I think I have 4 actually, just because powder is something that, you know, is a little different for me. I use powders under my eyes that are different from the powders I use on, you know, my actual full face. So I have 2 of each. The ones I use on my full face are both drugstore, although I have found some high-end ones that I like. These are still tried and true. I use these all the time. The first one is the LA Colors one. You can find this at Dollarama. It really is an awesome powder, and it's like $1.50. I will always go back to this powder. It may be cheap looking, but it has some coverage to it. It mattifies the skin, makes it look really beautiful. I'm wearing it today. It covers well. I will always go back to this powder, I think, unless I find something that's even cheaper. But yeah, if you guys are looking for it, it is the LA Colors. It's their pressed powder, and mine is in beige. Then the other powder that is drugstore, a little bit more expensive. Now, tell me if you can still get this, because I actually don't really know. I purchased 2 of them, so I haven't had to buy them in a bit, but the first one that I purchased was this one in nude beige. This is the Superstay Better Skin Powder Foundation. Powder. This has with salicylic acid, and if you can see a trend, I do like to use salicylic acid a lot. But yes, this is their powder, and I love it. I think you can still buy it. I'm not quite sure. I will try and look around and see if I can see it in stores. But yeah, this one I have totally hit pan on. And then this one is a brand new one that I bought at a drugstore in Barrie. And yes, this one is in a little bit lighter shade. I haven't touched it yet though, because, you know, I want to pan the other one. But those are my 2 face powders of choice, both drugstore. I don't buy a lot of powder foundations or powders from the, I don't know why, from high end. I've tried a few, but I've never actually gone ahead and really purchased one. My under eye powders are again both drugstore, although I really do enjoy the Laura Mercier. One that I found this year was actually the Joe Fresh Translucent Powder. This stuff is beautiful. If you have Joe Fresh in your area, which it's a Canadian brand, sorry everybody else, but this powder is actually really pretty. It's very finely milled. You know, it just looks really beautiful on the eyes. Now, I didn't see any other colors, so if you're darker skinned, I don't know how translucent this is going to look on you. That's just a, you know, a broad statement, because I don't, you know, don't take my advice if you're any darker than I am, because it is like a, not a white powder, but it is kind of brightening. And then the next one, same thing goes for this one. This is the e.l.f. setting powder. You can get it in either a square package or you can get it in a circular package, but they are the same product. This is awesome. It brightens the under eyes immensely, and I really enjoy it. It's extremely inexpensive. You do get a tiny little bit. Like, this would probably last me like 3 months, I think. That's why I have a backup of the circular one, because it doesn't last as long, but it's super cheap, and you could always like buy 2 or 3 and then just put it in a bigger container if you so chose. But because I only use it for my under eyes, I kind of like that it's in a smaller container. Holy jeez. I'm going to take just a quick commercial break, and we will get into contour and blush and bronzer. Alright, after a short break of me needing a glass of water, because holy am I talking forever, the one cream bronzer that I have that's just a stick, I do have another one that's a palette coming up, but it's the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. Everybody knows I love this. I'm not going to talk long about it. It blends amazingly. It's beautiful. It is expensive, and you have to be careful because sometimes it will fall out of the packaging. that's happened to more than one person, but it's awesome. The product is great. I wish they had put it in a pan because maybe that would have worked better. I don't know. But yeah, let's go into, what do I got here? I only have like one like single highlighter that I enjoyed this year, and that is the Becca Opal Flashes Jade Highlight. Everyone knows, again, I love this highlighter. This is my favorite highlighter of 2018. It is a blue highlighter. I realize that, but it is gorgeous. I wonder if I can catch that in the light. Doesn't look like it. So pretty, so reflective. If you like colorful highlights, I don't know if you can get this anymore because it was limited edition, but Sephora seems to like bring it back and then, you know, take it away, bring it back, or take it away. That's how I got it, and it was on sale, so just let you know. Anyway, I guess we're going to go into lips because I have like very few lip products. If anybody knows, I am not a lip product person. I buy lip products, but I just don't end up wearing them as much. These are the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks. Yes, that's what they are. And I really do love these. I think they last forever on the lips, and I think that they come in a billion different shades. So if you're looking for a long-lasting lipstick that doesn't like crack and make your lips look really crappy, I love these. I think that they're great. Another lipstick that really blew my socks away this year were the Too Faced. What are these? The melted, what are these? They're Too Faced Sweet Peach lipsticks. So pretty, so heavy, like they literally put a weight in the lid, for goodness sake. These are so luxurious. I love them every time I apply them, and that's kind of what I want in a lipstick. I don't love lipsticks, so when I find something that I love to put on, I stick with it. The next thing are blushes, and I only have like one brand of single blushes that I liked this year. I have a couple palettes that have blushes in them, but these are the singles, and they are the NYX blushes. These are beautiful. I have 3 different shades. I have Crimson, which is like a, goodness gracious, come on, which is a like red, almost watermelon. Then I have this one. This is in Double Dare, which is a orange, if I can get it open. Very bright blushes. They're pigmented, but they're not too pigmented. The next one I also have is in Electro, which is a fuchsia pink. Very pretty. If you're not into bright blushes, you may not be into them, but they're so pretty. They can be put on subtly, I never know how to say that. They can be put on light, but they can also be put on heavy, so if you're a darker skinned person, you may really enjoy them. I have some brow products in here that I want to go buy. There aren't that many. Brows are something that I am very picky with, but something that I figured out this year are brow stencils. They have been my savior. The e.l.f. ones are perfect. Do not go out and purchase like the Anastasia ones that are so expensive. Go grab the e.l.f. ones. They're so good. I will put a picture of what they look like. They're so cheap, they're good, they last forever. I've had these all year, and they really do help you shape your brows. Another thing that I think is awesome from e.l.f. is their brow pencil. This is a brand new one. I have my old one in there that's just about done. This is great. I think the product is great. I think it's just waxy enough, but it's pigmented. The tip on it isn't like a tiny, tiny tip, but I will show you what I use for those brush strokes in a second. The next thing I have, here's my other e.l.f. brow pencil. They have a spoolie on it as well, which is super, super handy. The brow gel that I have loved this year is the Maybelline Brow Precision Fiber Volumizer. Mine is in brown. I tried the blonde one and it was a no-go. Yes, this is the medium brown one. It's just a very kind of small, I will try and give you a close-up. Kind of small applicator, and it has fibers in it, and I think it really does make your brows stick well, and it might actually add a little bit of hair to your brows, but I mostly notice that it adds a little bit of pigment and a little bit more like just freshness to my brows. And the pièce de résistance, the absolute best brow product of 2018 of my life, is the MAC Shape and Shade Brow Pencil. This brow pencil has a pomade on one end as a little like applicator, you know, those little foam applicators. I'm not super keen on that. I will use it, but I usually take it off and put my brush inside the tip, which is where the product is. What I love is this beautiful liquid liner brow tip. This is the best thing for making those little hairs. And someone that does not have any hairs, like I used to pluck when I was young, so my brows start like back here. It looks amazing. I love it. My brows are starting to grow back and I just love this. I love this brow pencil. This is amazing. It's not even a pencil, it's like a pen. It's great. If you have sparse brows, go pick this up. You're gonna love it. I know it. You are gonna love it. And I've had this for like 3 months now and it's still going really strong. The best thing to do actually is to keep it in something that you can keep it, like, you know, the wick can be kept wet. Just remember that for future reference. Now we are going to go into eyes. I have one mascara this year that was just tip top for me, and it was the Lash Paradise and the Lash Paradise Primer. Using these two together, you are going to get the most voluminous, beautiful lashes that almost look like false lashes. My lashes are, you know, I'd say a medium length, and I find that when you put the primer in, you can see the, like, just the fan of lashes. It's so pretty, and I haven't found that this flakes on me or anything like that. I have very normal lids. I'm not very oily, so, you know, I can't really attest to that, but this was definitely my favorite for 2018. All right, now the last thing I have in my box before I go into the palettes, which are either face palettes or they are eye palettes, is a few eye products. The first things first is definitely eye pencils. I am not the biggest fan of eye pencils, actually. Just dropped a product. And I'm sorry if you can hear the vacuum. My husband is cleaning the house and he is being relentless. But yes, my favorite eye pencil is definitely the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencils by Urban Decay. I bought them when they were on sale, and I bought the colors Psychedelic Sister and Torch. And I think I have a gray one as well somewhere that I cannot remember. Oh, right there. I see the lid. Yes, I have this one in Desperation. This one is so awesome. It is so cool. If you want cool eyeliners and you can find them on sale, which I would say maybe once a year they go on sale, pick them up because they're amazing. They really are. They're so smooth. They stay on the lids. And then this year they actually brought out a set, which is on Sephora. Well, as of this video, which I'm filming New Year's Day, it probably won't go up until like maybe a week from now, if I can get it edited. Hopefully I can. They have a set on sale, which is actually 5 of their Glide On eye pencils. You get, if I can find, gosh, they make it this one is in Space Dust, and it's a like sparkly gold, silver, kinda. Then we have Voodoo, which is a purple. All of them are shimmery though. They don't have any matte ones in the kit. This one is in Starfire, very pretty orange. And then they also have Goddess, which is your like darker blue navy with some sparkle in it. Then they also give you their natural black. And yeah, I love their eye pencils. They're some of my freaking favorite pencils ever, and I very rarely purchase any high-end or drugstore eye pencils, but they're great. And I'm just like kind of taking all of the products off of my box of palettes. All right, the palettes. Oh, gave you a little pink there. Little peek, little pink, little peek. Yeah, you knew what I meant. All right, so first we're gonna go into my favorite face palettes. I have about 4 of them here. The first one is a cream palette. This is from Cover FX. This is the one in neutral medium. I love this contour palette. I love every product inside of it is gorgeous. The bronzers work great for shaping the face. The highlight is super pretty and buttery. Oh gosh, so pretty. It's just like this subtle sheen. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. But the concealer works perfectly for me. I think that all of this is so beautiful and so full coverage and buttery, and literally I think like this product and the Hoola are pretty much exactly the same. They blend beautifully and you get way more to choose from in these palettes. This is not something that came out this year, I don't think, but is definitely one of my diehard favorites of this year. Another face palette that I am so happy that I purchased is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette. This is a contour and bronzer and, you know, highlight palette, and it looks like this. I have already hit pan on the yellow shade in here. I can pretty much get away with using either the yellow or the pink. These are beautiful. You may not be into Carrot or Crown because they are shimmery, but the two in the middle, oh, this is just beautiful. They blend beautifully. They look gorgeous. I'm wearing it. Am I wearing it today? I can't remember if I put this on today or not. I don't know if I did. But regardless, I've worn it in several videos, and I've talked about it so much on my channel. I love this product. I think that if you're into contouring and highlighting, you may really enjoy this. The next face palette that I have here is the Too Faced Natural Face Palette. This is really beautiful. The packaging is gorgeous. The product is beautiful. The bronzers work great for me. And I think that, I'm not sure if you're any more than like a darker medium, I don't know if you're going to have a lot of luck with this palette, but I have beat this palette up. I love the highlights. They're beautiful. I love the blushes. One is a shimmerier one and one is a neutral one. And then you have like a shimmery bronzer and a matte bronzer. They're all really beautiful. The highlights are both kind of like a duochrome pink. So if you're into that like duochrome pinky blue, the duochrome pinky and like gold, you may really enjoy this. And I think it smells like cinnamon. That's what my thoughts are. I think it smells like cinnamon. But if you're looking for a really pretty face palette for like blush, highlight, and bronzer, you may really enjoy this. And it's beautiful. Like the packaging, Too Faced has done it so well with this packaging. Anyways, the last face palettes that I have are actually, like, I wish I had all of them here because I really do enjoy them all. But it is the It is the Sephora palettes, and I think a lot of people overlook these. I love these, and I felt so bad because I don't think Tati liked them. I can't remember. I think it was Tati who didn't like them. I adore these. I think that this one is really cool. This one is their holographic face and cheek palette, and it has like 3 highlighters. One is a green, one is a blue, and one is a like holographic pink. And then they have these really awesome blushes down here. I love these. These are a lot like the NYX blushes actually in like the color payoff. And then I also have this highlighting palette. I have their blush palette, and then I also have their contouring palette. This is their highlighting palette, and these are really pretty, and they are, I think, $25 a piece. Super, or maybe 35. They may be 35. They actually just did a collaboration with someone. I'm not sure exactly who she is, but the palette looks gorgeous. So yeah, I do love these. I think that they're well worth the money, and I think that they're, you know, a very similar to like a, oh goodness, what is a good, like almost the Becca highlights, and it depends on which one. Like I think this one here can be more like Hourglass like, where it's a little less shimmery and just more of a like, you know, like a kiss. And then you have like ones here that are so blinding. I don't know, swatch them in store. If you enjoy them, that's great, but they have really done me well this year. I have used them a ton. Now we have my eyeshadow picks. Now, because I didn't want this video to be 14 hours long, I only picked 1, 2, 3, 4 brands that brought out palettes this year, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 actual palettes. All of them are kind of in collections though. I have my drugstore pick, and then I have a few high-end picks. Let's just get into them. This will be the end of the video. I don't know how long this was, but I hope that you enjoyed this. Let's get into these eyeshadow palettes. So we're going to go with a controversial one first. These are my Natasha Denona mini palettes. Now, I don't think I'm going to get the newest one, which is the Nudes palette, because it's just been done. I have it. I have so many, but I would love it to curate my collection. I have the mini Sunset palette, which looks like this. I have the mini Lila palette, which looks like this. And I have the newest one besides the nude, which is the Star palette. I love these. I think these are really beautiful. I think the mattes blend beautifully. I think the shimmers really stick to the eye beautifully. I do enjoy using my finger with the shimmers instead of a brush. I know that's not everybody's bag, but obviously I love the Super Shock Shadow formula as well. That's not something that I featured this year, but I still love them with a passion, and I enjoy putting eyeshadows on with my fingers. I don't mind that at all. So if you mind that, you might not like these, but I really enjoyed these this year. These were a slam dunk for like a really high-end brand for me to be able to like kind of dabble in that a little bit. A drugstore sort of brand that I really enjoyed one of their palettes was BH Cosmetics. This is their Weekend Festival palette, and I loved this palette. I love this palette. It's so colorful. They put mattes in there that I was not expecting. Some of the shimmers are just spectacular. I did a full video on this palette. If you guys want to see it, I will try and either link it below or I will link it up here. It's a great palette. I've used it tons of times after that, and I really enjoy the colors. I love BH. I really love BH. They make some amazing brushes as well. Now, my last high-end pick is, let me get her turned around here, Huda Beauty. I have the Desert Dusk palette, and then for my birthday, I got the new Nudes palette. I did review it on my channel. I love Huda Beauty palettes in general. Her eyeshadow formula is gorgeous. I have the Little Brights palette. I think that is amazing as well. Her mattes are made from cornstarch instead of talc, and they are so pigmented and so beautiful. You guys have seen these palettes 100 freaking times. I do not have her remastered or her first palette, and I don't ever plan on getting it, but these ones really call to me. They're very purpley and pink toned. Her glitters are really nice, and like the ones that are in the new nude, these pressed pearls are to die for. I really will say that this was a good investment, and I enjoy these palettes tremendously. Alright guys, well this is the last product for 2018, and it's a drugstore palette. 4 drugstore palettes actually. So as I was looking through my drugstore palettes, which I am going to be doing a video on best drugstore eyeshadows soon, I was like, you know which ones from 2018 did I really love? And it had to go to Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild has stepped up their eyeshadow game so much this year. I am blown away. I can't wait. I am waiting patiently for her other 3 or 4 eyeshadow palettes to hit my stores in Canada because I want them so badly. But I think that I think that they did so well with their eyeshadow palette formula, especially with their color icon. These little palettes here, they're like 12 pan palettes, and you know, there's a couple of them that are like kind of high-end palette dupes. This one is their, you know, comfort zone, their tried and true, and I really enjoy the mattes. The shimmers are really pretty. For drugstore, if you're looking for drugstore shadows, look no further than Wet n Wild. They've done an amazing job. This is their new Nudes, which is my least favorite, but still really pretty. Then they have my absolute favorite, which is the, not a basic peach? Yes, that's what this one's called. So pretty. And then last but not least, they have the Modern Renaissance dupe, which is called Rose in the Air. So pretty, so blendable, pigmented. For drugstore shadows that were that cheap, I am blown away by Wet n Wild this year. They've done so well, and even with their other products, right on, like right on Wet n Wild. So yeah guys, oh my god, the end of the year. I know you're not seeing this at the end of the year, but it's the end of the year for me right now, and I've got to go clean my house and clean up all of this new makeup that is everywhere in my room right now. I'm a makeup junkie right now. It's just insane. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I hope your 2019 is full of love and sharing and family and friends and, you know, me. If you'd like to subscribe, obviously, that would be awesome. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I hope we grow so big in 2019. I'm really hoping this is our year for the Sweety Pie fan favorites makeup club. Oh my gosh, what am I talking about? But yeah, I love you guys again, and I hope you guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever. Mwah. Bye! I do really enjoy this kit. I do really enjoy this primer. It is one of a kind, and it's so easy. I think anybody could use this.